Hi, my name is Daphne Verlek and I teach Dutch as a second language to expats in the Netherlands. Today I am in Drenthe and am standing next to a hunebed. In Drenthe there are 57 different hunebedden, and Hunne is the name of a type of people that was living in Drenthe in the prehistorical time. And why were they living here? Because this was one of the parts of the Netherlands that was not wet or flooded. West of the Netherlands, south of the Netherlands, everything was wet, so you couldn't even live there back then. So here you have sand in the soil, and that's why it's far less wet, and that's why over here you could live. Also, over here we're a bit higher up, so that's also why you could live over here. So that's why the history in Drenthe starts far earlier than in many other parts in the Netherlands. And these hunebedden are the oldest proof you can find in the Netherlands that in the prehistorical time there were already people living here. So Hunne were a type of people. They were big, they were blonde, they were strong. Think Viking type of people. They were not Vikings, but like that. They had a specific type of religion, and in their religion it was the custom to bury all the people next to each other in one of these hunebedden. So like I said, there are 57 to be seen in Drenthe, and they are all built of giant stones. So the top, the stones are almost at the same level. So what they did is they took the stones that were brought here in the Ice Age, they cut down trees, made like rollers out of the trees, and then they rolled the stones over the trees that they cut down to the place where they wanted to have them. And then they also found a method to put them on top of each other. So they must have been very clever, very inventive, and very strong. Those burial chambers were of course covered with the soil because you didn't want to see the bodies all the time, and they were outside of their villages. So if you want to go see the hunebedden, there's a route that you can do by bike, or you can go by car, or you can even at each burial site there's a path where you can go for a hike. So there's lots of things you can do, and there's also a center where you can learn more about hunebedden. One last thing, back in the Middle Ages they found these burial sites, and back then people, they were very superstitious. So they were convinced that they must have been built by giants, because who else would be able to put stones of this size on top of each other. So if you go to Drenthe, the province where I am at currently, you can hear lots of stories from the Middle Age time where people talk about giants, and they really believed in giants. They also believed in witches, so there's also places you can visit where witches would dance in a circle in the forest. So it's a very superstitious area, and there are lots of sagas. So there's even a museum that you can visit, the Museum of Ellert and Brommert, that talks about the most famous giants they had back in the day. And yeah, if you're interested, I will put some links underneath the video where you can find more information. One, about the hunebedden, and two, about the sagas and the histories they told in Drenthe. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in Dutch classes or more information about the Dutch history, you can find me on my YouTube channel or my Facebook channel, Daphne Verlek Nederlands for Expats. And if you're interested in classes, please contact me via the link below. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.